in this unit, the concept that we're going to be covering is stoichiometry. So in the last unit, we looked at chemical reactions, and now we're going to use those chemical reactions to determine, if I start with a certain amount of reactant, how much product will be produced. And so before we actually get started with this, I wanted to use a real-world example. So if you look at the recipe that I provided you, 1 cup and 2 eggs and a ½ teaspoon of baking powder, that gives you 5 pancakes. So for this example problem, if I tell you that you have 12 eggs, I want to know how many pancakes that would make. Well, you can just in your head do it, but obviously the reason why I'm showing this is to explain the stoichiometry, or the math behind this. So if I have 12 eggs and I'm trying to figure out how many pancakes that's going to make, I'm going to put eggs as my unit on bottom, and I'm going to put pancakes up top. Alright, and now I'm going to put in the relationships. Now notice I go back to the recipe for those relationships. So for every 5 pancakes I make, I need 2 eggs. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 12, multiply it by 5, and then divide all of that by 2, and I end up with 30 pancakes. Alright, so I want you to work on number 1, 2, and 3 right now, so pause the video. Now we're going to actually apply this to chemistry, and so it gives you the formula N2 plus H2, and that produces NH3. Now, we need to balance this reaction, so I'm going to quickly do that. I've got 3 H's here and 2 here, so I'm going to put a 3 here and then a 2 right there. Now this is the same thing as my recipe, is what we talked about in the previous problem. But now I tell you that you have 0.60 moles of nitrogen. So I'm going to write moles N2, and it's key that you put the units and what you have specifically. So now I'm going to do the same process as what I did up above, okay? Except now in my denominator, my unit is going to be moles of N2, and since I'm trying to figure out moles of ammonia, I'm going to put moles of ammonia up top. Okay? And now, just like up above, I used my recipe. I'm going to use this recipe here for my mole to mole conversion. So the number that's in front of NH3, that coefficient, that's the number that's going to go right here. So that's a 2. And then the number that's in front of N2, that's going to go in front of moles of N2. So that's just a 1. And so what I get for my answer is just 1.2 moles of NH3. And that's it.